Legendary teams, major players, and electrifying tactical action are back in CSGO Regional Major Rankings 2021. From June 27th till July 4th, 10 teams will clash in the thrilling showdown for the prize pool of $100,000 and slots at the PGL Major Stockholm 2021. Who will win more rounds? Who will show the most furious play? And who will claim the major prize? Find out at the CSGO Regional Major Rankings 2021. And don't forget to reload.
Welcome back to the StarLadder CIS RMR. We're hopping into the second game of the day here on the B stream, and it is going to be quite the matchup. K23 versus Virtus.pro. I'm joined by Hawker for this one, and I'm really looking forward to seeing K23 coming into today, because I feel like right now they're at an all-time high, and Virtus.pro are dropping down very quickly to a point where I'm starting to worry about them in this tournament.
I'm worried too. I think it's how we have to be right now. We're looking at the groups, and you can see VP bottom of Group B, 0 points on the board, down there with Akuma, but they haven't played as many series yet. They've got a chance to try and rebound it here. They've got to do so quite quickly though, but you can see a couple of teams above them only on 3 points. If they get this win here, they can tie it up with K23. That Group B is still wide open, so it's not the end of the world for Virtus.pro, but we've got to see some signs of life from them in this very series.
We really do, and the worrying thing is, VP are the only team other than Akuma to not post a single point so far here at the RMR, and that is not something anybody was expecting, really. VP generally do okay in these kind of tournaments. Maybe not the best, but they certainly do okay. And well, we take a look at K23. Their roster is Norbert, Moa, Dren, Nealon, and Fame. The player for me I'm going to talk about today is going to be Fame. What a player, what a beast he was in the last series to get K23 into the game and really showing us what he's made of. And I really want to see more out of him today. For Virtus.pro, come on, you know, everybody knows these guys. So is there anybody that's standing out in this tournament for you?
I think James has been playing about as well as you would expect. He's been doing the normal things that James does. It's just been some of the other rounds. Honestly, I don't think the players are even underperforming. I think it's just the overall system and the overall calling that's just been figured out in this tournament. Like, I look at Yakinda, he's still been getting some pretty impactful rounds. He's still been getting some nice entries at times. It just feels like oftentimes that they're going in so late that he doesn't get the chance to do some of the plays that I'd normally like to see from him. So I really think it's just an overall system thing more than any of the players struggling for VP.
I agree, because when we see these quicker plays coming in for Virtus.pro, that's when they look like they're at their best, when they're putting Yakinda in, getting you some openings. They're having Buster have these explosive moments. I think these are the rounds where they look their best. How many rounds did they lose based on time? It doesn't have to be to the clock, but it can just be down to the fact that they're going in and every single teammate, or opponent, should I say, has utility left. But against Team Spirit, we've seen it yesterday. They just did 3 Molotovs towards the end of the round, just dumped them down one after another. It's just the time that's costing VP right now. They need to quicken up the play.
Well, we've got our veto coming in, and I actually think this could be a really curious veto, because these teams do share quite a few maps. So Inferno, for example, is a map that both these teams really love. They've both picked it at times during this tournament. Where's that going to go? Does that get left as the decider? We'll have to wait and see if one of these teams is willing to pick that. We've got the Vertigo out of there from K23. They don't necessarily have a permaban, but Vertigo will normally be their ban. And you can see that here, because it's not a good map for VP either, but they get that out of there. And then for VP, Nuke will be their ban. They never play that map, so makes a lot of sense. Now, for the pick for K23, Inferno in theory is an option, but I don't think you want to pick that into VP, and I think this is the other option you have. Go for the Dust2. It is obviously a bit high risk, but it's not normally a map that VP are great on, so I think it's a map you can pick and be okay with. Even if you never really love the Dust2 pick, you don't completely hate it. And then VP have to pick the Inferno, Dinko. That is somewhat scary to me, because K23 have been picking that themselves at times. They've been getting some good wins on it. They even got a win against Spirit on it. So the fact that VP have had to go to their comfort map of Inferno, a little bit concerning. Then they ban the Ancient, and I like that K23 get rid of the Mirage at the end there. They go to Overpass, which is a map they play a lot. We've seen VP have some struggles on that map as well on their T side. So all in all, I'm going to have to say K23 are pretty happy with this veto. I think they're happy with all three of these maps, honestly.
Yeah, I think this is good for K23. It's the best case scenario to get a win. I don't really think Dust2 is a good map for Virtus.pro. You can see they don't have the results to really back up any statement otherwise, right? There's just losses after loss after loss coming in on Dust2. But we're hopping right into it anyway. We'll see if they can get a win now. They're starting on the CT side. They're going to be a big performance out of Virtus.pro today. They're actually starting on the T side. It's a little bit juked by the HUD, but it is in fact the opposite. A Dread. We're pushing down in towards B tunnel. Kicker's going to try and defend that off, and actually we'll get that kill, but Fim on the double. That is a statement to start the day. Fim was incredible in the last game, and if he can play this well, this is a really exciting start.
I'm so excited for this one. I think K23 have a real chance of an upset here with these maps, with how they've been playing lately. VP probably should be favorites in theory, but their form as of late has been really concerning. K23 have looked like a solid squad. Individually, they've been so much better than I expected against some of the top teams here in the CIS RMR. Fame's got them two lovely shots early, and VP are actually scared of retaking tunnels right now. They're scared that there could still be a stack in here, so a lot of time being wasted for the Ts of VP. They're going to have to get that bomb back soon, though.
Even the pistol has been slow to start. But they got to find where they're going to go now. Norbert, he did have an opportunity there to spot that lower tunnel play, but decided to back off, and now the utility's starting to be used up. I think the defense backing off is actually a really good call here for K23. They're going to be able to set up, and VP have run it down to 15 seconds. It's all they have left, and they're losing players, and the attack is coming in. They have to go, they have to find the kills, and it just isn't going to happen. VP run out of time to really feel comfortable at running into the bomb site and just get picked out. Hopefully we can get the team. There we go. We switched the top of the board now already.
So yes, K23 are 1-0 up early. Just a shot from Kicker, but Fame just lines up two in reply. And then Mo has been just quietly so good throughout this tournament. He got two great shots with his USP. I've been really impressed by the level we're seeing from Mo. I've said it in every game he's played so far, but I'm going to say it again, because being a CIS author is so hard, Dinko. There are so many good authors you have to go up against, and yet Mo is still proving he can hang there with the best of them. Good start to the game for K23. They are 1-0 up, and Virtus.pro have already taken some early damage in this round. Not the full force buy here, but James does have a scout to work with, and they've got a Deeg in play as well.
Mo about to make a lot of money. He's got one. Second kill out for Mo. He's under pressure because he ran out of ammo, but somehow stays alive just up until the reload, and then Kicker lands his final blow. And I think you brought up a really good point just before we hopped into this game, saying how Virtus.pro haven't been underperforming when it comes to the individual skill, right? Because I think in this tournament so far, Kicker has been a real pleasure to watch. I think we've seen a lot of moments out of Sanji. I don't really think there's many weak players right now for VP. It is just they leave themselves to such little time. They don't give themselves the environment to be able to really get the most out of everybody. And we just seen that in the pistol. So I'm really hoping that that doesn't continue into the rest of this game. And there are only 30 seconds left now. Jim is going to try and start the fight on towards the A-bomb site. Nealon has spotted it. He's just going to hold his position back in behind these boxes, and now starts to go out for a little peek. He gets one. And Kicker now with the scout in his hands. There's only 20 seconds left for VP here.
Surely you just want to die here and get the money, at least. Kicker running on towards A. 7 seconds. Could K23 get him after time? Maybe. He's going for the bomb plant. There's no time for it. Time runs out. Kick up with a kill, but he's traded. He dies after time. And now this buy looks awful because James also spent his money on the scout. So honestly, if I'm VP, maybe I'm half buying here. Genuinely. It's a consideration for sure. Okay, they're going to go with it.
point?
I don't know, Matt. So I guess this was the plan all along. James going to drop an AK over and just rock the Deeg with no Kevlar. Playing the Sanji role.
Okay, I'm surprised Sanji actually gets an AK here. Well, Virtus.pro. They're going to get a bit of a quicker play, at least getting Yekindar trying to open things up over towards the B-bomb side. I can't help but feel, if Yekindar was put in a different team, if Yekindar was asked what playstyle, if he didn't play for VP, that he wanted to play, it would be the exact opposite of how VP play. It just feels like his playstyle just is so different to the philosophy of the team.
I think if VP didn't have Yekindar, it would be even worse for them because, yeah, teams could even more comfortably just hold their nades. Like, at least sometimes now Yekindar will go for these plays and pushes by himself, and then you have to use some nades on that or maybe be aware of that possibility. But here comes a B split. Kick up with a great shot to begin with. Sanji's already got all the way up in towards mid. That is scary. Buster with another kill. A nice round from VP. A bit of a faster push into B. They wrap that bomb site and they work together wisely.
I think that's what VP needs to do, honestly, against a lot of these CIS teams. They should be better individually than K23, probably mostly pound for pound, right? I think you've got so much skill on the team that you don't even really need to go for this slower playstyle. You see the faster rounds work out for them because you've got probably one of the best entry players in the competition in Yekindar. You've got one of the best supportive elements in Sanji, who's really good at getting those snappy headshots, and Sanji can pull them out of a lot of holes. And then Kicker's having a great individual performance in this tournament, and so is Buster, really. I mean, we've seen in their games so far, Buster's finding a lot of multi-kills. And then, yeah, I mean, GM speaks for himself, right? He's just that X-Factor AWP. VP have so much skill on the board. They should capitalize a little bit more on some of these early fights. I would like to see that, especially on a map like Dust2. I don't really think this slow playstyle works. I think you can save your utility quite a bit as a CT as well. So we'll have to see VP, I think, challenge early on. Even if it's just challenging early and not wanting to commit to anything, but just challenging to force some of the nades out and really cause a few problems. And then at the end, that slower, explosive playstyle can work out for you. Oh, you can dart. It's going to check it. I thought he was about to walk out with his back turn, but luckily looks up.
That's a nice shot from Buster. The entry duo of Yekindar and Buster starting strong today. Taking over the B-bomb site. And like you said, just a bit of freedom to have some plays like that where they pressure the B site. They're able to get in without fully committing. They're able to get the early kill. And then the second frag was always there to follow once they got that initial one. Save having to come through for the CTs. Already some good signs here for Virtus.pro.
I mean, if VP played slightly differently, I would predict him to win every game in this group. Even against Spirit, I would say VP, I would predict them to take it. But the playstyle is just, in recent days, has cost him. And I think you can see how beautiful it looks when they do have a bit more freedom and they do get going and let Buster and Yekindar do their jobs properly. It's really cool to see that work out. So they've tied up the scoreline 2-2. Was almost a horrible start for them, but quick replies, and if they can keep that up, then really do see them feeling comfortable on Dust2 if they get a good start on this T side. Like, realistically right now, Hawk, coming into this series, we should say VP should 2-0 this. You know, that should be the predicted outcome. But they haven't inspired us over the past couple of days. But if they continue to play like they have in these first two rounds, first two gun rounds, should I say, I mean, I'll be much more happy about predicting them to win the series.
Well, so far it's started out pretty well for them. Yeah, I do hope we get to see VP start to rebound, re-find that form. Fame's just spotted them, but he's alone on the B-bomb site. They know he's got to be trapped on this right side. Good headshot from Sanji. Yekindar's got a kill elsewhere. And wow, Yekindar's still going. Finally traded, but this round is already over. It's going to be all about the save, and yet again, it's that B-sided play that pays dividends for VP.
Well, Nealon trying to get a couple of shots. He's also got your favorite org skin today, Hawker.
I'm seeing it more and more now. Now that I said that I hate it. It's popping up everywhere. All the players have started buying it just to mess with me. It's clearly all about me, Dinko. Couldn't be about them.
Yeah, Hawker. Yeah, you might be onto something. I think everything bad in the world because of you.
Oh my god, oh, Norbert. Poor Norbert. James just eagle wall bangs him with a headshot.
Throw a smoke as well, don't forget about that. everything that could have happened to him. I think that was literally every icon you could have got out of that. It was the wall buying smoke headshot. Lovely stuff. Poor Norbert, though. I mean, I think Norbert has also been another player that's really been quite solid for K23. You speak of individuals. He's one that I think K23 were relying on a little too much back a few days ago, but in this main tournament, they have been much more deep across the board. I think Fame is doing a lot of work, but look at this Yakindar. Look at that Yakindar. That's sneaky, it's cheeky, and it's delivered 2 kills.
Oh, Mo peeking at the right time, but not landing enough shots to finish the job onto Jame. Still looking for a lucky kill through the smoke to maybe give them a chance, but might just be about keeping those rifles yet again. Good start from VP, but a lot of these rounds happen against half buys or buys that aren't perfect from the K23 side. Once we get into the full gun round again, we'll have to see whether K23 can up their game on that B-bomb site, which VP have been exploiting so far. Nice kill from Kicker, but Mo only loses the Deagle. And the other 2 players could save, or they could try and do some damage. Nealan wants to take some money away from VP, who are balling right now. Bunch of them above $10,000. So it's not going to make a massive dent in the economy, but it's better than nothing.
Double up setup on Dust2 can be really impactful if it's played to perfection. Smoke for the cross. Jim didn't spot anybody. Didn't even go for the pot shot. And in fact, it's going to be a really quick play here from Virtus.pro. This is far different than what we've been seeing from them. Very quick down in towards middle. Yakindar, though, is not going to be able to find that opening. Instead, Fame silences him. And I think that could be an answer for K23, right? Because we have seen over the last couple of rounds that VP have been confident letting Yakindar just go for those openings. If they can start to shut down Yakindar consistently, maybe this double up setup will be good enough to do that. I think that's where you start to force VP back into the slower playstyle again that can cost them a lot of rounds. So I think this could be the way to get back into things if you're K23.
And just as you suggested, VP will slow things down. Bombs in the hands of Jame towards the mid doors. Kicker will put a smoke out towards A, but I don't think one smoke is going to make a massive difference here. I don't think that will cause too much of a fake. I think that's just a smoke he's thrown because he knows he can pick up another one, which he now has in his back pocket. And VP yet again seeing if they can overrun this B-bomb site. But this time we've already seen Fame have some impact with that AWP. He's going to have a chance to do even more on the hold.
25 seconds for VP to explode into the B-bomb site. Virtus.pro, you're definitely feeling the pressure a little bit here at Kicker. Oh, he's got the kill. Sanji as well. The B-bomb site falls just in the right amount of time. And that is the explosive ability that Virtus.pro have. When you pop into the site like that, in the final few seconds, you desperately need the kills, and they're so good they can pop off and get those. So really good stuff from them, and it has forced the save call from K23. Mo getting the AWP over, Nealon the AUG, and it's going to be 5-2 now. A very good start on Dust2, and it's cool to see their aggressive plays and their slower ones working for Virtus.pro.
I still think that K23 have done their homework and they have the awareness of how to hold on to their utility, because we saw in that round, Fame had the smoke left for the late round. He had a molly, which unfortunately didn't stop them from moving out through the tunnels, but it nearly did. A couple of good kills from Mo at the end there. Plenty of money for K23 because they've been saving so many guns, so they'll be able to continue. And that was that shot from Jame earlier. Absolutely destroying Norbert. But yeah, double up setup can continue for K23. We'll see if they can find an early pick like they did in the previous round. Even then, it wasn't enough to get them the round win. It would be a nice way to start it for them. Boost fast up into short, but over at long, the T-side smoke will allow Jame to post up on the angle. Look at the aggression from Nealon, though. He is pushing straight up mid.
This is really cool from Nealon, but look who's waiting for it. Secret and Sanji posted up and ready, and it's James Orp that finds the kill. They were ready for some of that mid-aggression, and it's not worked for K23. They've lost that player. Some smokes coming in for VP, and actually they're going to start turning their attentions back over to the B side of things. And there's only one player here. K23 have 3 players in A long, and it's the opposite play from Virtus.pro. So you're going to need one of the best holds you've ever seen from Fame, and he's caught in the open. He chose to go aggressive in the angle, and once you do that, there's no falling back. You either get 1 or 2 kills, and you're down. And because of the fact that he had no one near him, it has to be the safe call from K23, just due to the gamble of the 3 stack at long.
So many rounds ending on this B site as well. Sure, you get a bit of play over at mid at the start of this round. But a faster decision made by VP just to go ahead and trade their way onto the B-bomb site. You will normally see Adren playing on B too, and he has had some rough maps in this tournament. He has had some maps where I think he's been a bit of a liability, sadly, for this K23 side, where he's not been able to hold down his spots, so that could be part of it. Adren finally getting his first kill on the board, but traded out fast. No saves allowed for K23. There's even a team kill in there for Virtus.pro, but I don't think they're fussed right now. They've got tons of cash, 6-2 lead. It's all looking good for them so far.
It was cool to see K23 go for some of that aggression into mid, though. At least they're willing to go for those kind of plays, but, you know, just doesn't work out for them. Attack timeout coming through for K23 into this round, and I think it's much needed because they have had lots of different variations. They've had some gamble stacks, they've had some mid-aggression, double-up setups. There's been a lot of different CT approaches, and none of them have worked. So I think it's time to sit back and wonder, okay, what are the main things that are going wrong right now? And how can we get around those? And I think maybe hanging on to utility a little later into the round can definitely make things a bit more difficult. VP have certainly shown a willingness to go for those late round executes. And the cool thing about VP right now on their T side, they're getting the options to go for these splits, right? It's not just a linear approach. And because of those splits, that's allowing the attack to be much more effective.
Back to 2 players on the B site itself, but this time they also have Nealon committed over towards mid. This could be very valuable. Mo's actually got a kill through the smoke as well, so VP's fast B split could be counted here. There are so many players waiting for them.
Adren. Oh, he's gonna be hard clear. Buster is doing so much. He gets the 3rd kill. Buster is a beast. And now Sanji's suddenly in a 1v1 because Norbert has just found his teammate, and Sanji cannot win it. It's Norbert that wins the round for K23. Even with Buster's heroics, it's not enough.
Adren getting caught at car there. Seemed like he jumped up as the fight was coming to him, but helped set up Nealon for 2 trade kills from the window. This was that early shot from Mo. Well done on the cross. Nice adaptation from K23 to have so many players here. You see Adren just jumping for whatever reason. Allows him to go down easily, but at least his teammate can trade. And at the end there, it comes close, but Norbert comes through for his team. Definitely a player to keep an eye on. And K23 goes straight back to this similar setup. 3 players on the B side of the map early. That may force them to play retake on A. You can see them focused on long right now, but as the round continues to play on through, at some point they've got to be aware of that mid or short play. I don't think they can stick with this A setup forever. I guess Mo is just relying on them using nades from short to go for the push, which is quite likely. You can already see some of those nades being used, and K23 responding by pushing deeper into long, getting that control. That means they can now focus on short with the AWP of Mo.
Pull utility out. Yukindar is going to use that cat execute, and he actually walks with it really quickly. Just as the smokes begin to pop, in fact, he walks with them. And VP will have the site, confirming the plant. K23, I wonder what they consider here. I think if Mo gets a kill, there's definitely a chance here for the round win, but the lack of utility certainly makes things difficult when you're trying to retake a 5v5 A site. And Mo's not getting any opportunities, so the rifles now have to encroach and get closer and closer into the bomb site. Flashes are up, Yukindar, he's got his teammate to get the first pick, and actually Yukindar goes down, but the rest of the team are finding the kills, and Sanji, he's come around with that lit long flank, he's got both. And VP now answer back. It's 7-3 on the board again, and that's a really good round execute. Just straight up into cat, very simple. And the post plant with a 5v5, not enough utility for the CTs.
A good time to switch it up. They had the molly onto short at least, but VP had quite a few players committed past the molly into the site itself and into those awkward positions to deal with for the CTs. Good time on the switch up, as I was saying, because K23 had started to go for that 3B setup. They were scared that the B site could be hit again, so they had a similar setup in this round, and their retake procedures weren't good enough that time. Now just pistols for the K23 side. And VP are sneaking their way up A long, which is wide open right now.
Good kill from Kicker. Once again, VP will have the A site. We'll get the bomb planted. And Yukindar is going to watch out long for anybody that comes his way. He will have the shadow advantage. And I think it's quite a hot commodity to have an AK-47 here. So I think the CTs will try and get that. But they're hoping that he walks into them rather than them walking into the longhouse, because it's quite difficult to fight that angle. Yukindar is actually even going to drop off of it. The only player really hanging around near the A bomb site is Fame, so he's going to be hanging out, waiting for VP players to walk out on their own, and then he's going to pick them up and try and get some kills. But it's not going to be happening. Virtus.pro saving at long. He's going to try and hold off his long exit strategy. 8th round for Virtus.pro, and only one player dies in that round, so quite a good round in terms of being humane. No one really dying. So we get into round 12. It's Virtus.pro now looking very comfortable at the start of their Dust2 affair. Will this double up setup change it? They did have that AWP earlier on for Fame working in towards mid. It shut down Yukindar on some of those mid fights, but they really have to win now because they've invested everything into it.
Oh, Yukindar going for the fast long play. Flashes land behind him, so he's not blind. He's able to get the early kill. And now he knows there are more players close by. Second kill from Yukindar, this time through the smoke. And all the trades in favor of VP. They lock down long early from the T side perspective. They've got the man advantage. And Fame thought about going aggressive, but he's realized they haven't fully pushed up through A long. So he's seeing if he can go back to B, but it's up to a Dread. AWP in hand, They could line up, but it's only the one kill. Buster able to trade, and now they might realize that A site is open. Fame is all the way in their spawn. Buster about to make his move.
Couldn't get away. And Buster gonna get that bomb planted. Gonna plant it for his teammate at long, and Kicker will win the round before the bomb even goes down. 9 rounds now for Virtus.pro, and this is the VP we wanted in the RMR. This is the VP we were expecting to see in a lot of these games against the likes of K23, against the likes of 100 ping gods. I just want to take a quick look, actually, now that I've mentioned 100 ping gods in their series against Team Spirit. What map they... Okay, so Spirit won 16-4 against 100 ping gods and Dust2. That just shows how good Team Spirit are on that map, because 100 ping gods are so good on it. We're going to start hitting some fame into this round.
Nice Deagle headshot. Gets baited into the AWP of Jame, though. Some Jame on fame action. We could maybe make a full team of that. We could get Jame, Fame, Flame F can be on the team. Who else? There's that. There's the CIS player called like Lime, which is kind of similar. It's like JYIAM or something.
Yeah.
Who else is there? Anyone else?
He used to play for Hellraisers, right?
I don't know if there's anyone else for the team. 4-man roster.
Flames.
Yeah, it's close.
That's about. I think we're stretching.
It's the best you're gonna get.
Yeah, but I mean, I'll have we'll just make simple, and then we're fine. We'll win every tournament.
That could work. That could work. Oh, 10-3 VP. Not really been much of a contest so far on K23's map pick, and even though K23 have showed us some really good signs on Inferno, they need to do well here on Dust2. They need to at least show they can be competitive, and that's more like it. James tries to move up mid early. Yakindo was holding with the AWP, but Mo gets the peek at the right time. Now K23 with the man advantage, and we've seen it before when VP go a man down. Sometimes they do like to slow it. This could be another one of those scenarios. It's actually the CT's taking the aggression. Ooh, no! They lose out on those trades, and now VP have stole the man advantage back.
Right now, I think K23 are playing exactly the way Virtus.pro want them to, right? It's like they lose that man advantage, and VP are just going to grind things to a halt. And they just hope that you get aggressive and you make the mistake and you come to them. Whereas I think Team Spirit yesterday did a really good job at not doing that, and it left VP kind of feeling silly. They weren't getting anything in terms of baiting out that utility with their early map control protocols, and then even into the late rounds when they went down a man, they try and hold for some aggression, and no mistake came. I mean, Spirit just sat back on the bomb site, Swift utility. This is something. Auto snipers in play.
Ow, ow,
Nearly.
It's painful. Fame's down to 4 health on the B site. Never fun.
You know what's never fun? Those auto snipers. They never get a kill. Every time we see it, no one ever gets a kill from it.
Still worthwhile. Getting all that damage. Gotta be happy with that.
I'm not. I want to kill. No one's quite ever lived up to the Fnatic auto sniper lineup.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to peek mid against you anymore when it's round 15 and they know you've got a lot of money.
Well, Smiley would. He'd probably kill all the auto snipers.
Here we go. K23 pushing long. I think this is what they needed a bit more of. It's been quite common for VP to leave this open, and they've got the buddy system. If the flank is fast enough, that could be nice, but VP have got the timing just right on the push. They don't wait till the last second this time. They go a little bit sooner, and that gives them a wide open A-bomb site.
Yeah, it's really cool for VP capitalizing on some timings. They don't know it's a good timing, but they feel like to go a little bit earlier, and because of that, they can get away with it. And Buster in the lower tunnels was there to really cut off the rotations, and any chances of winning the round here for K23 are gone. This is their map pick, and Virtus.pro are showing up. This T side has been really fun to watch from VP. They've had good variance in terms of being able to go a little bit quicker, go slow at times as well. It's all been working for them. And now James gets to try and close out the round. They're running him down short. He knows they're coming his way. He's got the rifle of Sanji in the middle of the site trying to back him up, and they both close it out. Yakindar and Sanji with a 1-2 punch. And 12-3 for Virtus.pro. This is what we're talking about. This is what we want to see from them. And they need this win against K23, and if they can do it with round difference as well, that's pretty good.
Could certainly be impactful. I think whatever happens, Inferno hopefully will be a real good game between these two. A map that they both like to pick a lot. Seen VP still find some success on it. K23 and no slouches on it either. Right now, it's looking like K23 may have to rely on that Inferno though, unless something can change here soon. That T-side has got to be brilliant here on Dust. No P250 for them, so the long-range fight is ill-advised with the Glock, but they won't be taking it for too long. Over at Tunnels, Yakindar thinking about going aggressive. Norbert's waiting on the other side, and Norbert will force him back.
Utility over the top of middle. Smoke is down in towards the CT cross, and the flashes begin to bombard the site of B. And it's Fame around the corner. Adren has gone in as well, and through the smoke, his block shot lands. Decent stuff, and finally, it'll be Fame tapping away. Buster goes down. A second for Fame locked into the round, but he couldn't get away. Jam with a headshot from long range to the gap in the doorway. And Fame thinks they're closer. He thinks they're close by to these doors. And actually, James gone into the upper tunnel. Mo's gonna look that way, but Jim is hitting shots in the pistol. 2 locked in for him. And now Fim once again has to be the hero for K23. He can show that he can do it time and time again. And he's hit that shot on Sanji, but he's still worried about Jam coming from tunnels. When you're playing against Jam, you can never really bank on him not coming from there in the final moments, but he's coming from doorway. And Fim looks up to window. He's now tucked in the corner. Jam doesn't have a kit. The time is ticking. Jam goes down. What a pistol from Fame. Beautiful clutch again. This guy is the real deal.
Wow, big plays coming in from Fame. I thought his teammate had made the mistake when he went for the fight. Fame just about got away with the bomb and got to the site, so they didn't really need to force the issue at that point. But one of his teammates took the fight behind him, and yet still Fame, once he gets down to the 2v2, able to come through for his team. K23, not down and out just yet. They've taken some early damage, though. Mo losing that trade against the opposite scouter, but Adren has been able to get an all-important kill onto the B-bomb site, which was wide open, and that should settle this round. VP want nothing to do with it.
Yeah, that can often happen, you know, when you lose the B site so quickly without much of a fight put up. You will see the save call often come in for the CT side. And VP have rounds to play with, so I don't think they'll be worried about it too much. Dren used to play for Virtus.pro, if you guys are unfamiliar. Dren, one of the most veteran players you have still playing in Counter-Strike. Global Offensive, obviously, has had a storied past in the CIS scene. Also playing in that Gambit team that won the Major. Played with FaZe Clan, and after FaZe he went to join Avantgarde, which are the current team over there on Virtus.pro. So Adren's been around. He's a real journeyman.
And nice to see him still sticking around in CS. Making it to a CIS RMR event as well, making it through the qualifier. K23 have already shown us that they can be a competitive team here. They've already got one win on the board against Entropic, who were one of the dark horses in Group B. Could have really caused some upsets for the top 2 teams that we were expecting. So that's a pretty good win for K23 to get. Let's see if they can make VP sweat here on Dust2. 12-5. VP saving some weapons into this one, so could put up a fight, but Mo's already got that initial kill onto Kicker. James Scout would love these fights, but it's hard to take them when there's a man sitting in pit with the Scout. So James going to go ahead and try and reposition, but he's not ready for Mo to be so close by. And I think that's another round in favor of K23.
I think you're right. You think I was going to find one. A Dren could go down. And he will. Sanji on the Deagle. That's a nice little upgrade for him. Nikendo's going to hang around outside of the A bomb site, playing from short. It's going to smoke in the standard catwalk smoke. Allows them to get a bit closer and cause a few problems for them on the exit and the retreat. If he can drop a few weapons, he can make it expensive here for K23 and really force a couple of rebuys going into the next round. And Nikendo couldn't quite do that. Buster now tries to fight it long. But this time is so far gone. They've got an AK. Be happy with that. They run away. And K23 are given a 6th round. They're halfway there to tying up the scoreline against Virtus.pro here on their map pick. We're going into the next round with plenty of money for VP.
Really quick shot from Fame there as Yakindar tried to come in. Instantly denied him. But VP will be able to get a buy together here in round 19. Sanji should be buying a kit here, you'd have to think. He's got $4,000. Apparently they just don't want a kit. Okay. No retaking for VP then, at least not the extended retakes. They'll have to be quick if they do go for them. James Orp has not been a massive factor so far. Hadn't had to do too much on the T side when his team was finding success, but here on CT, he may need to step up because a Dren's already sneaking in. That's a free kill from behind, and now it's only the Orp holding B.
Yeah, big hole in the defense there, and Jim really has to do a lot now. We talked about him having to be quiet in the first half. This time needs to be loud and proud, but he's found by a Dren. You have to ask questions of the mid defense. Where is it? Where is the mid defense? No one's even looking. No one's even aware. And that's going to be VP just crumbling and most likely having to save straight away into this gun round. So it's frustrating for them. But K23 are not going to complain. And I love how quick Adren is to capitalize on that opportunity.
If you save these 3 guns for VP, Sanji's got enough money to drop the AWP for Jame again, which I guess is why he's keeping so much money. I still think he could have bought a kit in this round, but probably wouldn't have made a difference. Retaking B in a 3v4 is not likely to go your way. And something VP have got to get figured out here. You either need someone focused on mid early, or your B players have to be aware of the possible push through. Good work from Adren, though. Getting a bit of impact now on his T side for the team. And Sanji will go ahead and get that AWP over into the hands of James. So still a full buy for VP. Even if K23 has started coming back here, still gun rounds that they've got at best.
It is because of those saves that's obviously been able to happen, but gotta start winning rounds now, VP. They're damaging towards tunnels. Starting to patch up some of the holes potentially. You can see the eyes of Buster looking down into middle. They've also got help from Kindar playing at CT, and what a shot from Jam. Now the attack into the B-bomb site starts to explode, but it's an explosive hold from the CT side. Every kill is coming in for them, and even your Kindar has arrived at the B-bomb site now. That is much more like it from VP. And you can see immediately they fixed the mistakes of the last round. Just awareness of the mid weakness. They have Yakindar, who can quickly rotate back to B if needed. And Buster was looking in towards the ramp. You can be confident in James Orp to hold for the first kill into tunnels. And I really like that VP made the adjustments to the defense there. And K23, that was working for them. Those kind of rounds were really working for them, but now they've got to figure out something else.
Especially nice that Buster can come so quickly in towards those B site doors. So much more open now for the CTs to come ahead and help their solo B defender. K23 didn't have the smoke at the ready because they were relying on the pace of the play. But an important shot early from James slowed that down and allowed the rotate to come over in time. Save call at the ready for the two veterans of the K23 lineup. VP focusing on their own economy, as you would expect. So both teams taking a gentleman's agreement here. You save what you've got, we'll save what we've got. VP, obviously the happier of the two with that, saving all 5 guns. And more importantly, getting their 13th round on the board. I think you're right now. For K23, these fast plays have got to be switched up now. I think we need to see something a bit more standard with some utility. Maybe you can go for a long take. I think they've got pretty good spawns here if they wanted to go for the long play, but they haven't decided to go for that. Just seeing if they can find anything up mid early, but no one really fighting aggressively on the CT side. Buster was on the other side, but he's now gone back to the B side.
Oh, big gap here for Nealon. It's far better when you have the X-ray on, Alex. The gap's much more tantalizing with X-ray on, and the wonderful observers turning it off to really get an immersed feeling as to what it would feel like to be Nealon that. We think it's a good gap, but from his POV, it's not so good at all.
Tricky to spot that one. Smoke up towards short. Trying to take away the information from the VP side. They've got the AWP of Jame here. He's been blinded and takes a bit of early damage. That molly hasn't flushed him out entirely, but here comes the play back to mid. It's a fast mid to B.
Oh, Nealon, Mo getting their kills so quickly. And that B site is snapped open. And once again, it is VP who have to save out. It is the B site they end on again, but it's a much slower approach, right? And it has to be explosive right up towards the end there. And it is. It's mighty explosive.
Well played, really. Put a bit of pressure on that A-bomb site. Put that pressure so that they can't have the player focused on mid initially. They can't get that early information or slow you down on the mid push. K23 made VP basically fight them in mid because the B players didn't want to just let themselves get split. But they go ahead and try and fight against so many opponents that K23 can win the 2 fights. And this is what Dust2 can come down to a lot of the time. Those early fights in the round, if they go the way of the T's, there's not much you can do about it. Those rotate opportunities aren't there. K23 continue to try and grind their way back into this game, but they're still having to go up against gun rounds. VP managing their economy well to keep their guns on board, including 2 AWPs. Oh, I thought we were going to get the long rush, but there's still CT presence here.
Oh, Trent comes right through, but Yakindar. Oh, Nealon! 2 kills. Yakindar and Sanji down, and that is really solid from Nealon just to transfer over for the double. And K23 given the advantage with some stellar control of the spray. And that is going to throw a few question marks VP's way. How do they change up? How do they adapt from that? They've only got 2 AWPs remaining, an 8K. Maybe this long approach could work out. If Buster can win the AWP battle against Mo, he might not even need to take it though. If Fame comes around the corner and Buster's able to get away with one, they're gonna try and get it. Buster in, close angle, but gets the shot anyway. And they walk right into the secondary AWP. Finally, Norbert comes up. He hasn't been able to deal with Jame, but he does find Buster. And Jame is down in CT spawn. You have to remember, Kicker is still on the server, and he can help him from short. He can try and get a good angle. Distract for Jame, who is still in the smoke. They have to be aware that the AWPer is close by, and Kicker is going to burn away Mo. And now it's just Norbert. Left inside of the site. Jame's going to hear out that tick damage. They're going to know Norbert's inside of the site. And the G in, the headshot. Really good round from Kicker coming back in from short. That utility usage really helps them out.
Kikut's having another good game for himself too in general. 18 for 7. That's a very efficient stat line. Very difficult to get that many kills and that few deaths. And oh, that molly just spreading into Mo's position. He wasn't ready for it. Norbert trying to get back onto the site, but as you said, took that little bit of molly damage. The nade lands, the headshot means that it didn't even need to land, but Kikut just styling on him at the end there. 14-8 for VP. Looking good for them to steal away K23's map pick right now. And that is despite those early kills from Nealon on long. That excellent spray transfer to get them the man advantage. The AWPs were able to fight back once the push came into the site. K23 this time with a faster play into short and a faster play into A, just relying on the flashes.
Oh, Mo and Fame getting kills. K23, they're up a player. Once again, they've got the A site. It has to be VP making the retake happen. They did it in the previous round, but this time, much more difficult because Mo is fragging. And we've talked about Mo in this tournament so far. What a beast he has been. Ever since the last game of the close qualifier, Mo has just been on a tear. They got to make sure they keep him alive. The run boost over the top of CT. And VP just forced off the bomb site, forced out of any real opportunity for the retake as well. So just going to hang around, wait for some exits. Map point will elude them for now. Yekindar, if he can find the AWP here, that's a big steal away. I don't think he wants to peek out, and Mo is going to be ready for that. Oh, Yekindar, oh, he's missed out on that chance. Opera was jumping down into pit, but luckily for K23, they'll keep those snipers. Double
really
up
nice
T
switch
side.
up. Yeah. Maybe they have an AK sitting at their spawn. They've got a lot of money at this point, so it makes sense to have one. Like Fame could easily have dropped one if you need it. Nealon's sticking with that AWP quite heavily early here, though. He's committed over towards the B tunnel, so maybe they are sticking with the double AWP setup. Who knows? That really surprises me if they do stick. Okay, no, now Nealon's going back to spawn, so I think he has got an AK. Yeah, switches back to the AK. They've just got that extra money, so he can afford to go for a pick early with the AWP. But now back to the standard rifles and back to this B-bomb site. Ooh, they've been slowed.
Being slowed down, never a good feeling. One that VP are all too aware of. And this push through the tunnels could be deadly because the bomb is down and lower. They're gonna be aware the short play might be coming through, so they're gonna throw that smoke down to delay again. Good utility usage here from VP. Good job holding on to the utility. And it's gonna be James that starts things off now. 40 seconds left. The CT side is over, has sourced them a man advantage. And so much utility being used up into the late round. And right through the smoke, Sanchi takes down the bomb. They'll throw an HE in as well. And Yekindar getting killed through the smoke. It's a nightmare here for K23. There's just so much utility left for Virtus.pro. And now they're up to map point on Dust2. And this is K23's map pick.
K23 trying to group up onto that A site, but they didn't really use all their utility there on the play. They had another smoke. They had more flashes available. I think the problem was Nealon had a full set of nades and he was over on long, so he couldn't help his teammates really in from short, which was a big shame for them. And as you said, it's really the counter utility from VP that makes the difference. 15-9, one round away, and James gets off to a good start in this one. It's not been the most exciting game from James, but he started to get a few important kills here in the second half. He started to have a bit more impact for his team, and that's all he needs to do right now, because it's looking likely that VP have a great chance of getting the win right here, although Mo might have something to say about that. Gets the pick right back.
Mo's going to do everything he can to try and keep this afloat here for K23. And another player that will do that is Fame. Nealon now having a piece of the pie as well. Virtus.pro will not be likely closing it in this one. Buster's going to hold the long cross as K23 have found the important kills towards the end of round 25. That's going to force the CTs away and into the save court. It's going to be double figures reached for K23 in their map pick. It's hard to see the overtime, if I'm being honest. But playing the rounds here definitely makes the scoreline much more respectable. It gets them into a better mindset as well. And who knows, maybe they can find 5 extra rounds on top of this one that they need. Kill from Buster's come in. Yukindar is not making any secret about where he is with that kill, and now they've switched out weapon. It's all about just saving now for VP. If you keep that money, you'll be happy enough. You can drop over to players who need it. If you can keep your money for the next rounds as well, if you don't win the next round. So plenty of opportunities for VP. But K23 up to 10. You can't complain about that. Great stuff out of Neil and Fame and Mo.
A good round for them. Mo really having to come back with some important kills there. And he's out fragging Jame right now. If you look at the Battle of the Orpers, Jame having a couple less kills, but obviously his team doing better. Hasn't needed to have impact in all these rounds. Fast play up mid from K23. They've got this cat control. The Dread forces them away from A early, but they're setting up this B-sided play. The lack of information means they go aggressive, and Buster's got to be very careful. He dodges the flash, but instant trade comes through.
Now Yukindar has much more pressure. Luckily gets away with 1 kill. Kicker's also found a kill in the round, but we love a little bit more, and he's actually going to go through the smoke to try and find that. Nealon throwing utility down. Oh, he gets behind cover, and he just spotted Kicker just before he goes around the wall. So because of that, Nealon is able to get his 3rd in the round. Now Jim and Sanji, are they good enough to pull off the 2v2 retake in this B-bomb site? Certainly say so. It's a question of whether or not they can get rid of Adren and Nealon. And this tunnel play might just be the one that decides the outcome of the round. Adren, oh, he's going to find the back of Sanji, not ready for that angle. And Jim in the clutch, not going to be going for it. Saving the open to the next one, and 11 rounds now for K23. You think there's enough done on the whole? I think if Buster or Yukindar, just either of those 2 players get more than 1 there, I think the round's done. But just unfortunate. And that is going to be 11 now for K23.
I'm surprised you even said Jame in the clutch, Dinko. You should have known it's Jame in the save.
Those are not 2 words I usually put together.
Yeah, Buster going 1 for 1. And then I thought the important fight here was going to be the fact that Kicker actually got that initial kill towards the mid doors, because they took out the K23 lurker, who was trying to see if he could stop that rotate from arriving. So once you get a 3v2 there, I thought VP might just set up for the retake, but Kicker goes in alone. That was a big risk, and one that didn't pay off for him this time. He loses that 1v1 fight. That's what gives K23 the opportunity, and that's another opportunity granted to them. Norbert with the spray through the smoke. Nice flash, forces Yukindar away on this AWP. He's got to go back to the B site to help his teammate Kicker out.
Sanji, can he be the player to step up? For VP at long, he's got 1. Can he get a 2nd? Oh, he got good cover. He's playing the angle well, but unable to do enough damage. He threw the HE, but Adren got out of that. Very lucky to get out of there as well, because that's kept it even. It's kept it within touching distance here for K23, and now they're going to challenge James. Off out towards long. He's got 1 pick onto Fame. Now Sanji, oh, he finds Adren, but around the corner, Adren gets the kill. And now that long area becomes an issue once more for Virtus.pro to worry about, and James luckily turns back. Yukindar picking up the secondary AWP, and it looks like he's closed it out. Yukindar with a final few, and it's Virtus.pro that get Dust2. It was K23's map pick, Hulka. It didn't go so well for them, but they are comfortable in the second that's coming up.
They are comfortable on Inferno. Both these teams are actually very comfortable on that map. So I'm hoping that's a good one. But yeah, VP coming through, showing us a little something different here. I think showing us a bit more oomph to their play almost, and just feeling like a team that realized they needed to switch something. They needed to get the win. They've got this first map. they've got a great chance to take the series.
They definitely do. VP need this win. Up after the break will be Inferno. It should be a banger between these two matchups, and we're going to it after the break, so don't go anywhere.
Команда нормальная. Сейчас регион очень сильный. И, в принципе, любая команда может выиграть любую команду, я считаю. Поэтому мы готовы к соперникам, готовимся, работаем. Кого я считаю самым сильным? Я думаю, что все команды сильные. И каждый может выиграть. Это СНГ регион. Уже пора привыкнуть, что плюс-минус игра в СНГ, она где-то приравнивается. То есть команда на бумаге, которая слабее, она может обыграть любую команду. И каждый раз это происходит. Так что все команды сильные.
Я считаю, что в нашей группе все команды сильные, конечно, и в группе А все команды сильные. Я думаю, у всех есть хорошие шансы. При этом формат турнира сейчас в немного таком непривычном, ну, непривычный такой формат из-за того, что только две команды выходят из группы, поэтому, я думаю, будет потно и будут сложные игры. И я думаю, что победит тот, кто будет более сфокусирован и будет более... Я считаю, что на этом турнире очень много сильных команд, которые и в А-группе, и в Б-команды, в Б-группе есть определенные фавориты, которые должны выходить из групп, и определенные андердоги, которые, скорее всего, не выйдут, но пока мы этого не знаем. И, конечно же, в А-группе, как все говорят, группа смерти, где топ-1, топ-2 команда мира, но я считаю, что это не особо группа смерти, это довольно нормальный посев, и я бы сказал, что Гамбит, конечно же, лучшая команда в той группе. Для нас она была, конечно, долгое время, особенно после Катовицы, мы как-то, по-моему, мы не... мы играли в финале РМР еще с ними. Сложный соперник, конечно, и определенно фавориты А-группы. Конечно, потом идет Нави, которые, как я и говорил, они могут показывать очень классную игру, очень долго держатся в топ-3, в топ-2 рейтинге. И уверенные в себе, особенно после присоединения бита. Поэтому я считаю, у них тоже очень хороший, очень тоже хорошие шансы выйти из группы. Скорее всего, вот как раз Гамбит и Нави выйдут из группы. И про остальных команд из группы А я особо много чего не могу сказать. И про нашу группу я бы сказал, что из фаворитов у нас мы Spirit и Tropic, и так же, как в группе А те остальные Акума, Форс и Немига, то в нашей группе Stopping Gods и К23. Поэтому у нас более непонятно, кто выйдет из группы. И обе команды, и Spirit, и Entropic, мы играли с ними. Против Entropic мы на прошлом РМР как раз играли, проиграли, по-моему, одну игру, потом вторую выиграли. Поэтому тоже не самый легкий противник. И также и Spirit, мы постоянно с ними боремся за победы на разных квалификациях, на разных частях турнира и турнирах сеток, поэтому уже привычно, что игры будут сложными. Ну и остальные вот эти андердоги, я не особо понятно, в какой они сейчас форме находятся, потому что Акуму удивило на прошлом РМР, но смогут ли они удержать то, что у них было на прошлом РМР и показать хорошую игру сейчас. И также, я не знаю, не следил за данной формой, на данный момент формой команд Force, Nemiga, Stopping